Okay, I guess we're live. Hey everybody, it's Steve Lennon, and I'm going to go ahead and do another real estate website theme review for 2019. This is a live review, and I'm going to look at a site called, or a website theme called Homely. I kind of thought that was funny that they named it that, Homely, and it's a real estate theme, and it's under the WordPress platform. For what's called Gutenberg, which is the newest standard in website development on the back end, and then you have these themes that sit on top of that. So think of it as a layer on top of a layer. You've got the WordPress platform, and then you have themes that can sit on top of that. And then we adjust and change and do everything we do, all our magic to make the theme come alive, look perfect, and do exactly what you want it to do. So lead capture and be compelling and be mobile ready and all those kinds of things. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'm going to go ahead and go over it. So here we go. Okay, so we're in the theme. This is, like I said, called the Homely theme, and it's a newer theme. Actually, it's been updated. It's been out for about a year. They did some major updates just recently in the last 3 or 4 months for the inaugural, I'll call it, bringing out or coming out of the Gutenberg framework for WordPress, which is pretty incredible. It's very, very nice, very modular, very uplifting. It's just got a nice style and crisp look to it. And I just think it's really nice. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So this particular theme is can be used for what's called IDX, Internet Data Exchange, and that's the MLS feed that comes into themes like through WordPress. It's a module that we have set up, and then we're able to push the theme or the property listings from your local board right into the website, and then we set it up to make it look really, really nice and compelling so that people can use it, enjoy it, and consumers can look at properties, and sellers can see their properties listed on the system, and it's just really nice. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if you look right here, it's got a nice look over here, and we can change out all the imagery on the top here, and we can change out the statement to whatever you want it to be. And then if you look at this one, we have for rent and we have for sale. So we have a couple different choices. If you just have only for sale, we can keep this in here or strip it out and not have it show up. And then you have the property type, and then you have the location. Now these are all fictitious right now because this is a sample theme, but you get the idea. So what we would do is we would take your IDX provider for the plugin, and we would go ahead and create a overlay on top of this particular image here, this top area here. And we would populate so that you can do your search. Consumer can do their search for the type of homes and land and whatever they're offering in their community. It's different in different parts of the country, for example. So if you scroll down, you hear some value propositions here. Why do you want to use this particular realtor, this particular firm? And that's what you can change and put right here. We can come up with some ideas. Then you have your featured properties. Now, in this particular site is set up, and they're all set up this way in the beginning. If you don't have an IDX feed integration into the WordPress plugin, then you can still do a manual insertion of properties, like what you see here. See how beautiful and how nice it looks? This is a manual insertion for certain parts of the world where they don't have multiple listing service. They don't have what's called an IDX integration. You take California, and you take United States, and you take Canada and places like that. They have IDX in MLS feed, but other parts of the world don't. So this particular theme is set for those people as well to be able to make their site look nice and be able to manually insert their properties and tick or check the property features and that kind of stuff on the back end, and then it shows up on the front end. But you can see how nice and clean this particular theme looks. So we can do the same thing. We can do it with a site, and I'll go ahead and go through this, and I'll come back and kind of show you what the difference is in a bit between an IDX plugin that's been added and one that is a manual insertion. We can do that at the end of this particular review, just to let you have an idea. So let's go ahead and go over to some other ones here. I'll just click down the list here. Here's another view. So you can see how this has tiles in it. So these tiles can be changed out. This can be community names. It could be categories like condos or luxury homes or high rises, or whatever you want we can put in here, and have those links with different imagery. Those links link to the different search criteria that someone would be searching for, a home or a condo or land or whatever it may be, right? Lakes, like in Texas perhaps. Nice testimonial section. Recently add properties. In that particular section, we can add properties that were recently added, or we can have a whole long list of, say, 20, 30, 40 properties in groups of 3 that go down the page on the home page and give people an idea of what's available in that particular community. And then you can do specific searches, and we can set up specific searches for specific communities or specific price ranges in an area or different types of property. And we can show that as well in many different ways. Then we have meet our agent. So this could be a team level type of design where you could have meet the team, and you could have each team member of your real estate team in here. If you're if you happen to be a real estate team, or if you're an agency, you can have your some of your primary agents in here, or you can even have a bunch of them, and we could have a link in here that would redirect them to a full page. So if you had 30, 40 agents, then you could have all of them in a separate page through a link and just showcase maybe 4 of them on the home page. And then here's a call to action for, do you want to list your property to a seller? And then some information down here. So let's go back up real quick. Okay, so this one's called Slider Revolution, and this allows for us to be able to put in a nice slider. So we can include a slider that has different imagery. We could have the imagery based on whatever your needs are and the local area that you are. So if you're in in the Northwest or the Northeast or the South or wherever you are in the States or in Canada, for example, then we can go ahead and grab and take pictures and drop them in here and make them look really nice, and that will inspire people to want to take action. Here's another style for that. As you can see some replication of ideas, but we can adjust them. These are called blocks, these different areas, these sections here. Like that's a section, and this is a section, and this is a section. We can adjust those based on what the needs are. All right, so that's that one. Home Slider version 1. Let's check that out. Now look how nice that looks. Oh, this might be good at a beach area perhaps. Same sort of thing. Now it's just primarily showing the slider at the top, so we can move quickly through this, knowing that the bottom section is all the same. We'll just kind of go through it. Okay, so I actually did that one already. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, it's the same. So let's move on forward here. And Google Maps view. Now this will pull up and the Google Maps won't come up. Well, actually it did. I'm surprised. Huh. So this one here, if you look at it, it's got a Google Maps view, and we can integrate Google Maps, or we can take your IDX provider with their enhanced premium features, and we can actually embed into the site on the home page or on different pages a map view. And so people can just click on the map and it will pull up the different properties, and they can select the properties in that local area. So therefore you can narrow down into a local area and do zone maps and do little maps, right, of areas that might be hot spots for people that want to purchase in those specific areas, or perhaps a price range. You could go with a price range and target those price range areas to try to get more closings based on the metrics and what's going on in the marketplace at any given time. Same thing, right? Really nice looking, right? So let's go ahead and go on to another one here, and here's in a homepage image banner. So this is more of a truncated look. So if you just want to get a client to take action and you don't want to have a bunch of imagery up here, what we can do is we can just have a nice short version of an image, put that in there, create a call to action, and just get them to take action. Now we can strip out all this stuff here and just have listings on the home page. Some people like that, what's called minimalist approach, where just get people work to some properties, have them click on stuff, and perhaps they'll go ahead and fill out the forms and create an account and do searches ongoing, which is what a lot of them do. So there's some validity to that. So now we're going to go to the property thing, and we're going to go to listing grid view. So this is your listing grid view. A lot of agents like this particular look because it's tiled and it just gets to the point. And then we'll go to the next one. Here's a listing grid view with a sidebar. And this one is one that you can see here. So they can do additional searches over here if they wanted to. And then we have a row. Row is typically from left to right, and they're just, each one goes down. So you can create them going all the way down, and it gives a more of a linear experience on what to read about the property, the features and the benefits and all that kind of stuff. Square footage. Does it have a dog run? All that kind of good stuff. And let's go down to row view, row with sidebar. Then we have let's go listing map view. So this is one that's very popular right now. This is called the listing map view. So if I pull this up, if I click on one of these, typically it will go to that particular property. But it also gives me the ability to have a map view here. So if I want to, I can move around and just kind of drill in and click right here, and go in to see the properties in this particular location right here. Of course, there'd be a lot more in here in most cases. And they'd be these little squares would pop up in here. And we can integrate that as well into a site. Make it look real nice for you. All right. So, single property view. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now, here's the classic version of it. And in the classic version, now what's nice about this is if you're an agent and you're going after sellers for listings, then what you can do is you can go ahead and with this site, you can come in and you can make pre-made examples of what the house, go over to the house, take a picture of it before you go to the actual appointment, upload some information, go on the MLS, find out the information about the property, tax information, everything you want, and then just create one of these pages here, have it ready, and then when you go into the presentation, pull it up on your mobile, on your tablet or tablet PC or whatever. It's all integrated within the site, so you don't have to pay any additional money. You don't have to have a landing page that you pay from a landing page provider. You can do it all within the site and just do it manually, but also have the luxury of being able to have the MLS feed and have that come in, and that would be separate from one of these, right? Because what's happening with one of these right now is this is sold separate from an IDX integration, and if we included an IDX plugin into this to draw in the MLS feed, we can still keep it separated and segmented so that you're in a situation where you have the best of both worlds. You can do both. And so if you have some listings that are not on the MLS yet and you just want to be able to go out and sell yourself and get the listing, this is a great way to do it. So we did that. Let's go to the blog page real quick here. So it's very smart right now to go in and blog on an ongoing basis to get your word out, to be able to take those blog links and to be able to aggregate those, meaning push those out to the social networks back and forth as links and with images into Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, most of you that are in real estate. And it's just really smart. Now, the thing is most agents don't have time to do that, but you can hire people to do writing and to create content and drop images in and then deliver it out to the public and talk about different things. And you can also use video. We can increase it. We can create it so that there's a video in here that's tied to YouTube, where you create a video, upload it to YouTube, put it on here, have it in YouTube as well, and then link the YouTube video, the property page, to the YouTube video and vice versa, and therefore give you what's called really good high linking PR ratings and values so that you get a higher ranking in the search engines within your local area. I could talk for hours and days, but that's just a simple one. So if you look at this here, here's a blog. I'll just click on it. Nice blog post, right? Now what's also nice is we can set it up where we have categories. So based on your particular location and what you're selling, so if you're in Austin, Texas, you could have Austin, Texas land, Austin, Texas luxury properties, okay, condos, whatever we want as far as categories. We could have categories in here, and local. You could have one called local happenings or local events, things like that, and do videos and do blogging on video events, do little vignettes, some imagery in there, take some pictures, and you don't have to be long. They can be 1 to 2 minutes and be very short. Questions and answers, things like that. So it's really an inviting way for people to get to know what you're doing and push all that information out on a social level. Okay, so another one I want to go to is the FAQ page. Now, if you look at the FAQ page here, this is what's called a parallax theme here. If I click on it, the next one here, it opens it up. And if I click on the next one, it opens it up. So it's an accordion. I'm sorry, parallax. I meant accordion. It's an accordion view. Kind of like an accordion, right? So you can see, now what's nice about this is often when we get in the back of these things, we can actually put in an image in here, or we can actually drop in a video inside of here explaining what you're talking about as well. So if people don't want to read, they can actually watch a 30-second video. So we can drop that in there as well and have, questions and make it look really, really nice. And so we did that one. Let's go to the About page. Nice and clean, right? Nice, clean look. So if you happen to be like a Coldwell Banker office or a franchise that uses the blue, we can keep these colors or get the same colors that are your company based on your Pantone, your hex colors. If you happen to be another office like some other franchise or an independent, Remax or KW or whatever, we can adjust the colors to reflect those colors, put the logo up here, do all the things that make you look fantastic. So there's that. And login. So if we have a login page, create a login page, and that would be a login page where the client would come in and they would go ahead once they signed up, or if they wanted to sign up to be able to get go in and look at your listings on an ongoing basis. We can go ahead and integrate that in here as well. Works out really nice. So they can keep coming back and have their own account, all that kind of stuff, and you get to see that information of what they're searching on an ongoing basis. Here's a registration page. So if they want to register. So it's full featured. I mean, it has a lot of different things built on it. The contact page, we'll go there real quick. And this one's very simplistic. There's your call to action right there, right? And we can do the sidebar here anyway, a whole bunch of different ways, where we can have these little images in here like this, and just we could discuss that. There's a lot of different options. So, and then get in touch, all the information down here, all your legal stuff, that kind of stuff, your social connections down here. We can also add a Facebook chat client in here. So if somebody comes to the site, or if you're advertising through Facebook and they come to the site and they have a question, they're already in Facebook, so you can quickly just have them click on that, talk to you, and it will come to you directly. Skype, whatever you want. There's ways to do it where you can do it with any type of communication platform these days. There's all kinds of plugins for that. So let's go back to the home page. Try to here. What do I do here? Come on. There we go. I'll just go back to this one here. Okay. So we're back here, and so what I'd like to do now is just basically bring you into where you can get in contact with me. And you can come right here if you want to go check out my 5-star reviews there, if you choose. I do consultations and strategy sessions with people and help them on web development in relationship to what they should do, what they should purchase, what they shouldn't, maybe plugins. I go into all kinds of areas, long-term, short-term goals, all kinds of stuff. You can always get a hold of me at stevelinden.net. And another thing you can do, and I'll show you right now here, you can actually go over to my review site called stevelinden.com. And right now I'm focusing on the real estate side of the reviews. Very shortly I'll be moving into doing plugin reviews, and I'll be doing software as a service reviews. So different software places, products that are out there that you can use and sign up for that are fantastic to help you grow your business. All kinds of lead capture and lead generation tools that are both free and less than free, and are paid products as well. So I'll be going into all kinds of stuff, and not only in the real estate business, but also in other businesses, whether you're a tradesman or you're a professional or whatever you do. I'm going to help people along the way and get them up to speed where they can take these things called websites and social engagement and actually grow it and make it so that it's a couple of things. It's a vanity page that talks about them, it sells their services, it talks about the validity that people will like them, trust them, and want to do business with them. But more importantly, it's a way in which you can use the site to actually pay for itself, to get you leads, and to get you to the next place that you want to get. So you can not only help yourself, your family, but you can help others down the road. It all matters. So we'd love to have you come over and check this out when you have an opportunity. And the way to get in contact with me is right over here. This number right here. Now, if I don't answer, it's because I don't like you. It's because I happen to might be outside working and doing some things, or on a call, or doing a seminar, whatever I normally do throughout my weeks and days. And but I am available most often, and there'll be some information on the site. Here I'm back again. There's some information on the site where you can contact me, whether you're on YouTube or all the other social networks, and I would love to talk to you and help you do a strategy session, do a consultation, and do it for free. Help you along the way, help you decide what it is you need to do, help you formulate ideas on what works, what doesn't work, what are the trends in the marketplace, what should I be doing regarding citations, citation directories. Those are directories where you're like Yelp and Google My Business and places like that. Does it matter? Yeah, it really does matter. You really, really need to consider having a talk with me regarding that, because that is the big thing that's happening. That's the thing that people don't understand, is where everything is going in relationship to the concert of the parts. Social engagement, having a full website, and having voice technology to be able to capture leads and do things that you want to do in an easy way every day and grow your business. So if you'd like to talk to me, get back with me, and I'll put this up one more time, and we'll go from there. I really appreciate you watching my live stream here, and I'll perhaps talk to you in the near future. Take care.